Let's talk with Blake, okay?
When you have Coach kind of challenge you guys collectively a little bit, how do you try to respond to that and try to make a positive change from what he's telling you at the end of practice?
We're going to try our butts off every day. Obviously, he'll challenge us with different things. So every day, it's the little things we got to get better at. Whether it's so we have 1%. You probably heard that it's getting 1% better every day. We talk about that right before we come out. So that'll be our emphasis for the day. So for me, today was run my feet on blocks. And yesterday it was like hat placement, and that's all just things to get us better in the run game.
For you, and Tommy's not there, so there's a big opportunity. And previously, that point position has scored a lot of points. So how do you guys try to battle with each other to get better and try to be able to generate more offense out of the Stinger back this year in the offense?
It's going to be a full group effort. It's not just going to take one of us because we see Tommy got a lot of plays last year. He started kind of wearing out, so it can't just be all put on one person. So we're just trying to get everybody to the level that they need to be. So like today, before our meetings, before Ready Room, I brought everybody up. We went over the second install, just what we didn't get through in meetings before. So just collective group effort because we're going to need everybody.
What's the adjustment like getting shoulder pads on for the first time?
It's fun. I mean, every day we come out here, it's a blessing. But just glad nobody got too dinged up today, and the weather was nice. So yeah.
Good job.
All right, thank you guys.
Sir. Yeah, if coaches, dissatisfied with some particular element of practice, how do you try, and how does the group try to, take that to heart and try to get back and have a better practice tomorrow?
The most important thing is got to be recovery, and studying the playbook. We're installing a lot of plays right now. The young guys really got to be on their plays, and it's important even for the older guys to still study the same plays. So many details that go into it, and it's important to be very detailed every day. So it's important to stack days, get 1% better every day, and that's our goal.
What's it like to make that adjustment to get the shoulder pads on for the first time in fall camp?
It's awesome, man. We pine for this day. We love putting shoulder pads on. We love hitting each other. It's important to be smart. We want to keep our teammates healthy, keep each other off the ground, but it's fun to pop some pads sometimes, actually get physical. So.
And for you guys, as a running back room, a lot of you got some limited snaps last year with Billy Ross going through some injury issues, and obviously he's a fifth-year player. Certainly that position battle is wide open this year. How do you individually look at that position battle, and then obviously just trying to support everybody in the running back room, no matter who gets that job?
Yes, sir. I think we got a great unit. I think anyone in the room could play running back, to be honest. I mean, we push each other every day, and it's not really, you can't really focus on yourself. You still got a whole team ahead of you, you know what I'm saying? So it's important, we might lack some experience in the game, but we still have experience when it comes to the game of football. We've been in the program for years. We've been running these plays. We've been lifting in the weight room for years. So I think physically we're prepared. We just have to be mentally prepared this fall. So.
For you going in, certainly you want coach to be happy after every practice, but inevitably you're going to have a practice where the team maybe steps back. How do you make sure that doesn't become 2 practices in a row?
First of all, it starts with taking care of your body. Like, that's very important. Like, if your body's in bad shape or you're tight or whatever, you're not going to perform the way you want to. So, before I like to grab some of the running backs and we go to the weight room, we're doing stretches, we're doing whatever we can to come out here and perform good and not be lackadaisical.
You guys get the pads on for the first time for the shoulder pads. As a running back, how does that kind of more simulate the game day atmosphere and the hits you're going to take?
Well, putting the pads on is always a great thing. We're never scared to put pads on. We love it. At the end of the day, we're always looking forward to it. So we're just ready regardless, if you know what I mean.
You're a guy that got some limited opportunities last year. What's maybe one thing that you've personally been looking to improve in your own game to give yourself a better shot at being the number 1 this year?
One more time for me.
For you, last year, you had limited opportunities. What have you looked at to try to improve in your own personal game to give yourself a shot to win the starting role?
Well, obviously coming here in the summer, us being together, and we're all competitive in our running back and S-back room. We're not letting each other, be relaxed or nothing. We're making sure we're all going team runs, making sure we're next to each other and we're pushing each other and just doing stuff on our own outside of football. What are we doing? Going to the sand courts, putting in sand work, coming here by myself, doing that. I'm getting closer to the old lineman. It all comes together at the end of the day, and I think we got a good team and we're ready to go.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Good job, Diego. Good.
Well, training camp number 1 for you here at Emporia State. How do you feel like that's been going?
It's been going good. You know, it helps I've come to a great staff that's been together. So they've helped me along the way this summer when I came in mid-June, and kind of taught me the ways of how it's supposed to be done. And, you know, they've opened arms to me, and I've been able to be successful in the short amount of time I've been here. So
certainly you're doing a lot of teaching, but at the same time, is there a lot of learning that you're having to go through just with it being your first training camp? Not obviously you've had other ones, but I know Coach Higgins has a certain way he likes his training camp.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely new to me. It's an offense that I haven't had a lot of experience of, but I've been excited to learn. Coach Higgins has done things the ways he's done for a long time for a reason. So it has been a learning curve for me, and I've been very fortunate. I've already learned a lot of things from him, and I'm very fortunate in that aspect as well. So as much teaching it is also learning for me.
Certainly at these two positions, there is, I think, maybe the two most intense position battles just because of the lack of experience last year. How do you see that going at stinger back and at running back to figure out who 1 and 2 are going to be?
You know, I think going in our expectations, our motto right now is competition breeds excellence. So we're going to elevate the room by individually. And we had a good group of guys who understand that and are pushing each other. You know, starting with the stinger back room, you know, Stein's a great example of kind of an older guy helping, you know, the Sam Halls, the Robert Hardings, bringing them along. And then running back room, Diego, you know, we're looking at him to kind of be the leader of the group. And then Kevion and Max kind of bringing along. And then we brought in a guy in Camden, Crooks, that we're excited about. So, you know, we're just competition breeds excellence, kind of our motto. And we're hoping we kind of just elevate every practice, one practice at a time.
How cool is all these guys are young? It's not
Yeah.
You're talking about a redshirt sophomore being one of your older guys.
Yes.
You're a new guy. How good is it just for you to all kind of learn stuff together?
It's good. You know, it's a collective whole. And I told them going in, you know, obviously I'm learning as much as they are, so we're working together as a group. And it's exciting. It's a very group that's got a lot of energy. They show it every day in practice and meetings. And I'm an energetic guy. I'm very passionate what I do. And, I you know, we feed off each other in that aspect. So it's been a fun journey so far, I could say.
Obviously not every practice is going to be a good practice in camp, but how do you hope the guys respond after maybe having a practice that's not up to your standard?
Well, look, and when I talk about standard with our practice today, it's just like attention to detail, just like little things. MTXCs are our goalpost. We touch it before every game, before every practice. It's supposed to mean something. Mental toughness, extra effort. I don't want to be known for a program. We don't want to be known for a program that just puts signs up and, hey, they look good and all that. I mean, it should mean something. We try to get our players to understand the meaning of everything that we do within our football program. We have 55 new guys that have never been into camp here, so we got to teach them. So, like, we did some good things at practice. Wasn't necessarily like a bad practice from a mistake part physically, but I just thought running on and off the field, little things like that. You know, after every series, offense running off the sideline, same thing with the defense. You know, I'm looking for that. I'm looking at how we take the field. Do we take the field with the purpose, or do we take the field like we're just trying to get through the motions?